Kasi nakikita pa kita minsan sa Instagram
Okay.
Madam,
Totoo.
magre-reply ka
Ano na?
naman.
Okay. Ikaw kasi. Joke lang. Nanise.
Madam, number 54 na tayo sa top podcasts.
Oh my God. Hello, Madam.
Hello, Madam. Good morning and welcome
Good
back.
morning. Good morning.
It's
How
another
are you
Wednesday. I'm great. I'm
yes,
great.
Wednesday recording day.
Sobrang feeling ko ang akma ng topic natin for today, especially how we had the meeting earlier. Tapos parang natuwa sila na, oh, you have a recording schedule? Yeah, we have a recording schedule. It's Wednesdays at 10 a.m.
I'm so proud. We are so organized. I love it.
Diba? Talagang
pero parang gusto ko... Pero parang gusto ko sabihin, yeah, true. Hindi, parang gusto ko rin sabihin sa kanila na because we cannot function without a schedule. We cannot function without a calendar.
I think most people naman, it's hard to function without a proper schedule, especially something as consistent as producing a podcast.
Exactly.
Pero I feel like we're good at yung foresight. We can see what we need and we get it.
Nako. So, Madam, speaking of habits, we want to talk more about habits. This is an exciting episode, everyone. Kasi sobrang kami ni Ayn, sobrang hilig namin sa structure, sobrang hilig namin sa habits. But we would also like to share mga bite-sized tips and tricks and hacks and how it actually helped us sustain our life.
Yes, kasi sabi nga nila, diba, our habits make us who we are. These are the tiny things we do every day. It's not the big achievements. It's the tiny things we do every single day that really define the kind of people that we are and we show up to be.
We show up to be. Oh my gosh, I love that. Kasi we can always define, okay, gusto kong mag-create ng ganitong habit. But para saan ba talaga siya? So we will dive more into that.
How do we build habits? How do we build routines? Today we're talking about that. So first things first, Madam, what are habits and routines anyway? And why do you use them? Why do you have them in your life?
So according to my ultimate favorite book of all time, Atomic Habits by James Clear, he says that habits are the small decisions you make and actions you perform every day. So honestly, habits are the mindless stuff na ginagawa mo every day. Like for example, meron siyang example na sinabi sa book na tayo, diba, parang instinct na natin na if we go kapag gabi na and then makita nating madilim, our instinct and our habit is to turn on the light. So habits basically are mindless stuff that you automatically do. Your brain automatically lights up to do this. So kapag kunwari madilim, automatic yung utak mo. Hindi na parang conscious na, uy, kailangan kong i-on yung light. Ganon yung habit. So,
yeah.
Ganun yung definition ni James Clear ng habit. How about you? Ano ang habits for you?
I definitely agree. Kasi you know how sometimes I would get comments, Ate Ayin, di ka ba napapagod sa habits na ganyan, na lagi kang mag-exercise? Di ka ba napapagod? Hindi siya nakakapagod if it's a habit. Because yun nga, like what you said, it's mindless. Ibig sabihin, ingrained na siya sa akin. So when we build habits, we make it a part of our life that is seamless, madali. So, in fact, when we think about building habits, I think most of the time we associate it with sacrifices. Ang dami kong sinasacrifice to build this habit, to sleep early, to do this, to do that, to learn how to maybe good financial habits. Parang ang daming sinasacrifice to get good habits. But actually, good habits make your life easier. With good habits, you sacrifice a lot less because the quality of your life is much better as well. Na the whole point of having good habits is to make sure na maganda yung buhay mo and madali yung buhay mo. So I think it's a matter of knowing how to incorporate it sustainably into our lives.
Exactly. Ikaw ba, ano yung mga, can you walk us into your AM and PM routine?
Alam mo, ito talaga. You know how on YouTube, di ba, we always have morning and afternoon and evening habits or routines na videos na ginagawa natin. But ako, nag-evolve siya lagi. And I think I'm still trying to figure out what the perfect one for me is. But it also
Same.
adapts. Depende sa kung nasaan ako sa buhay ko. For example, during the pandemic, nagbago syempre yung habits and routines ko kasi nagbago din schedule ko. Iba yung
Right.
habits and routines ko when I was working a 9 to 5 job. Iba yung habits and routines ko when I was in Spain. So recently, yung habits and routines ko is more for my 10 a.m. ako papasok sa office kind of life. And then, pero ang ginagawa ko may mga non-negotiables ako. Obviously, there's
Yeah.
skincare.
Ah,
Skincare,
yes.
exercise is another thing that's non-negotiable for me, or movement in general. Um, Breakfast and coffee, those are parts of my routine. And then, now for my evening naman, mas importante sa akin yung evening ritual. Kasi, yung evening ritual ko is how my good day starts. So, bale ako kasi, pagka maganda yung evening ko, kasunod na yun, effortless na sa akin gumising kinabukasan. Honestly, pagka nami-miss ko yung evening routine ko, ang pangit ng gising ko. Kasi for my evening routine, what I do is first, I prepare my to-do list for the following day so I can visualize kung ano kailangan kong gawin. Pagka alam ko yung anong gagawin ko for the next day, pagka meron akong visual idea of what my day is going to look like, I can sleep better, I can wake up excited. So after I do my to-do list, I drink melatonin. This is an important part of my evening routine.
Every day, every day.
I skip it sometimes, but again, every time I skip it, it's an ugly day the next day.
I love melatonin.
As that helps me get into the sleepy mindset or sleepy face, ganyan. Tapos, after nun, that's when I do my skincare. I take it an hour before bed. Skincare, tapos, close na akong lights. I try to stay away from my phone para nga makatulog ako ng maayos. But, ayun. Tapos pagka antok na ako, mas okay yung sleep ko ng ganong process. Tapos the next day, I wake up and I'm ready. I'm usually energized enough to work out, lalo na if nakatulog ako ng maayos. So to me, it's really important to get that evening routine in so that the next day, okay ako. Yeah. What about you?
Ako naman, as a person of structure, schedule, and writing things down, ako,
Mm-hmm.
I started with identifying what a perfect and ideal day would look like to me. Doon ko, parang in-identify ko kung ano ba sa tingin ko yung mga routines ko in the morning and in the evening that would make me feel good at the end of the day. Of course, it will not always be like this. And lagi kong sinasabi rin na ito yung routine ko, but it's not always like this na lagi ako nakakapag-workout, lagi ako nakakapag-meditate, etc., etc. But yun nga, yung first step ko was identifying my ideal day. So with the ideal day, I time block it on my calendar. Kasi parang yun nga, gusto kong maging mindless lahat ng kailangan kong gawin. Yung ano na ba yung sunod kong gagawin? So, anong tawag dito? Yun nga, it might interchange, but correct, I also have non-negotiables, which is for me, it's meditation and journaling. So in the morning, yun nga, I fix my bed. Sobrang isa din to sa mga anchor habits ko. Kasi it makes me feel like, wow, it's a simple thing as fixing my bed, but I feel na, oh, wow, meron ako na-accomplish in a day.
Yeah.
So, number one, I fix my bed. I move even for 10 minutes. Kahit 10 minutes lang yan, masaya na ako. And if it goes beyond 10 minutes, perfect na yun. Third is I check my phone if there's anything urgent. Kasi minsan merong mga madaling araw na messages na kailangan kong mag-take action agad in the morning. Yun lang yung mga kailangan kong i-check. But I do not open social media. I do not check Instagram or stuff. I just check my messages. So if walang urgent, hindi ako nagre-reply. I do not scroll, etc. And hindi ko rin pala katabi yung phone ko habang natutulog ako. It's in my work desk. para kapag mag-a-alarm na, kailangan kong tumayo. Hindi ko na siya masusnooze. So, yun. Syempre, coffee, work emails. I only check my messages again by 10 a.m. Yun lang. Dapat para sa sarili ko yung 7 a.m. ko to 10 a.m. ko. Tapos, after 10, I prepare lunch. I have lunch with Josh. And then I go back to working again hanggang 6. And then talagang in-identify ko na yung ideal day ko, no? So 6 p.m., by 6 p.m., I should be preparing dinner. Pero more like, iinitin ko lang yung ginawa kong lunch. Kasi ayoko na mag-isip, ano bang gagawin kong dinner, ganyan. So after that, I have dinner with Josh. And then 8 to 9 p.m., yun yung window ko ng pag-check, parang last check ng lahat ng work messages. Dapat yun lang, hanggang 9 p.m. And then by 9 p.m., I wind down. I drink lots of water, of course, skincare.
Skincare.
Tapos, yun, I also prepare my MITs or my most important tasks for the next day. Kasi tama ka na if you prepare your checklist or your MITs the night before, meron kang structure ng kinabukasan mo. Ano ba yung diskarte mo kinabukasan? Ano ba yung uunahin ko? Ano yung sunod? Blah, blah, blah.
That's something I picked up from you, by the way. I started doing that. Tapos para mas kumalma yung buhay ko ng MITs na lang siya. Kasi before, I had a long list of things that I needed to do. Tapos parang nainis ako sa sarili ko na, ba't di ko siya natapos sa day? Ba't di ko siya natapos sa day? So I made it more realistic and sustainable. Parang, okay, fine. I guess I'll pick 3. Yun, mas achievable naman siya. Mas achievable naman siya.
Diba? Parang mas kalma yung utak mo. That's for me. Sa'yo, apparently sa'yo din pala. Tapos, ayun, isa sa mga evening routine ko is I prepare my workout outfit for the next day. Kasi ayoko nang magkaroon ng decision fatigue. Kasi kapag when you wake up in the morning, di ba, sobrang wale pa talaga yung utak mo. And ayoko na mag-isip ng anong color kaya yung gusto kong workout outfit today. Kasi sobrang groggy mo. Kasi yung energy you spend on choosing your workout outfit in the morning could be your energy spent on working out already. So what I do is I prepare my outfit the night before. Tapos ayun. 9:30 by 9:30, yun yung last check ko on all social media apps. Yun naman yung pang-leisure ko, yung pang-reply ng mga I repost your mentions, yung mga nagme-mention sa atin, replies, blah, blah, blah. And then by 10 p.m., it's one habit I would like to ingrain na dapat by 10 p.m. mag-off na ako ng screen. Wala na ako dapat screen time. And that's my time to read and drink medicine. So, by 11 p.m., sleeping time ko na dapat. Dapat, pero it doesn't happen all the time again. Ayun, off screen ng 10 p.m. and then by 11 p.m. sleeping time. Ayun. And so far, sobrang ako. It gives me structure. I thrive with structure. And again, it's not for everyone, but this is how it works for me.
How did you get to that habit, to that routine? Like, did you set out to be this person? Like, when did you start doing this? Because obviously, hindi naman tayo lahat nagsisimula sa na, I'm this kind of person. How did you get there? Kasi like for me, I'm still struggling with setting my habits and my routines because nga parang medyo fluctuating yung life ko. As a, as a single woman na serial entrepreneur, kung ano-anong ginagawa.
Ang daming ganap.
Ang hirap niya how do you say this? Like parang ang hirap niya to make it stick. So how did you do it? Because I know you're so consistent with like journaling and meditating and talagang it really shows. So madam, what is the secret? I personally need to know.
Ako kasi, going back to the time na wala pang structure yung buhay ko and wala pang mga routines, parang alam mo yun, parang nag-breeze through the day lang ako. Parang tatanungin ko always, anong sunod kong gagawin? Ano ba yung mga nakalimutan ko? Ganon. So by identifying, by simplifying my life, by simplifying my routines. Number 1, identifying ano ba yung non-negotiables ko. Number 2 is identifying ano ba yung gusto kong ma-feel within the day. Ano ba yung gusto kong ma-feel kinabukasan. That's why I'm preparing the night before.
I love that.
Number 3 is what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be the organized person? Do you want to be the person with a lot of peace of mind? And before you reach that kind of person, you have to identify the tiny details, the tiny steps kung paano ka pupunta doon. And it will never be easy. And ako, yung mga routines, parang you know what, I remember searching parang habits of successful entrepreneurs. And then I tried it and I tried incorporating it into my routine and then adjust it accordingly. So for example, meron akong nakita na, you have to wake up by 5 a.m. Parang marami sa YouTube, di ba, na 5 a.m. successful morning routine. I tried
Shocks.
it.
I cannot.
Pero it doesn't work for me, and that's okay. I think it's all about experimenting. It's all about trying and identifying if it works for you or not. And then, kasi naman, hindi naman siya cookie cutter for everyone. And yun nga, try nyo lang. If it works, then incorporate it into your day. If it doesn't, then eliminate. Hindi naman siya, dapat ito yung mga routines mo para maging successful. Kasi again, it's all about you defining your own definition of success, and it's your life. You have to enjoy it. Wala dapat pressure. Alam mo yun na parang sabi ng Camp Confidence, dapat may structure, may routine, pero oh my God, wala kang structure. It's okay. It happens, and you will be able to identify it along the way.
Yeah, I love that.
Sinabi.
Totoo naman eh. I think, while we also, syempre, we care about structure and stuff, but that's because that's who we are. Now, what we encourage is you figure out the kind of person that you want to be, and you show up as that person. Doesn't have to be a Virgo or type A personality,
True.
But sorry, I have so many questions. Another thing that I'm curious about, since you live with Josh and before that, syempre, you lived with your family, how did that affect your routine? Because I guess this is, I think, a question that some people have na parang, I can't have a nice daily routine kasi meron akong ka-share sa kwarto. Parang ang hirap. So how did you deal with that, and how have you, because I know Josh sleeps later or like stays up later or something like that. So hindi kayo parehas ng schedule. Pero how do you make it work na ikaw, you're still so, individualistic in that sense na sarili mong routine talaga yun?
Ako kasi maybe I already identified what works for me, and alam ko na if I stray away from my routine, it would parang medyo affect me mentally. And ang ginawa namin is compromise. Anong tawag dito? Ako kasi morning person talaga ako. Si Josh, night person siya. I mean, my brain fires in the morning. His brain fires all the time. Pero mas nagpa-fire siya sa gabi.
I can relate.
Tapos, so we built a routine na parang, okay, wag mo akong istorbohin sa umaga dahil me time ko to. And ako, kasi minsan, di ba, parang yung ibang couples, ang ginagawa nila, sabay tayo matulog or dapat magkatabi na tayo sa gabi, blah, blah. It won't work for us kasi si Josh really works at night. He also has his me time at night. So, hindi ko pwedeng gawin sa kanya yun na kokontrolin ko siya na hindi, tumabi ka na sa kasi yun yung, kumbaga meron kaming me times. Ako sa umaga, from 7 to 10. Siya naman, ang me time niya is from 11 to 2 to 3, ganun. So, sa window na yun, hindi kami pwedeng magpakialamanan. So, I think that's one of the reasons why our routines work. Kasi siya, meron din siyang sarili niyang routine. Ako, may sarili din akong routine. And we respect our individualities. Hindi namin kinokontrol yung isa't isa. Kasi malaki na tayo, hindi na natin kailangan magkontrolan pa. 'Di ba? So, meron tayong sarili. Kumbaga, we are a couple, but we are still individuals. Does that make sense? So, wala siyang pakialam sa me time ko, wala akong pakialam sa gagawin niya sa me time niya. So, ganun
I
lang.
love that.
Compromise and embrace your individualities and respect that.
Nice.
Ganun
So
din
that,
siguro with families, no?
feeling ko rin.
Kasi hindi natin pwedeng, wag kang maingay, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. So, I think it's all about compromise, respect, and embracing your individualities.
Yeah. Grabe, naalala ko, struggle namin ng sister ko. By the way, she listens to our episode. So, hi, Alien.
Hi, Eileen.
Kasi for the longest time, we shared a room together. As in like, roommates kami forever. And I think yun yung struggle ko growing up. Kasi syempre magkaiba kami ng schedule. Tapos magkaiba kami talaga ng ginagawa. She has school, I have work. During the time na magkasama kami dun sa Taft, when she lived sa Taft and I lived sa Taft kasi nag-work ako sa Makati, tapos nag-aaral siya doon. So, nung roommates kami doon, yung schedule din namin, syempre magkaiba. Tapos, it was always like a struggle kasi I'm a night owl. She needs to go to school early. Yung mga ganong bagay. So, it was hard for me to kind of determine that. Pero now that I think self-awareness is key. Parang now that I'm more self-aware, iniisip ko, maybe I could have done this, maybe I could have done that. Pero in that moment, nung mas bata pa ako and when we were still roommates, sobrang hindi ko rin alam gagawin ko. So I guess the best tip for anyone who has a roommate or somebody who lives with their family and feeling nyo hindi kayo makagawa na sarili nyong routine because meron kayong ibang kasama sa house, maybe really get to know yourself and what works for you and then set those boundaries. Yeah.
Tsaka din, communicate with your roommate or kung sino mang kasama mo sa bahay na parang, for example, magme-meditate ka, parang quiet time mo yun, na parang, you can
Huwag niyo
also
ako
maybe
guluhin
communicate na parang 30 minutes lang to para sa sarili ko. I hope you can consider that. Ganun. It's all about communication naman eh. Lahat naman, I think, na solve through proper communication.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, now, how did it help us with our businesses? Like, how do we thrive from habits and routines?
Ako, sobrang nakatulong talaga siya in terms of business, especially when you have a deadline. Ganun. Parang alam mo kung saan mo isisingit yung work time mo eh. Kasi kapag may structure ka, alam mo na for example, okay, by 10 a.m., kailangan nagtatrabaho na ako. By 10 a.m., kailangan nag-check na ako ng email. By 10 or 9 p.m., dapat matapos ko na tong lahat ng emails na to kasi if I extend, mababawasan yung reading time ko or mababawasan ko yung an hour window of my me time or social media time. I even schedule my social media. Sorry. Yun. So, sobrang structure really makes me function. Hindi siguro ganun sa lahat and it's okay. You are still normal even if you don't. Kung wala kang structure, okay lang yun. That's the kind of person you are and that's the kind of person we are. Pero yun, sobra talaga. Especially with goals, parang meron din kasing schedule. Parang I also plan my weeks. And meron din akong MITs for the week. I call it my quadrant 2.
Yeah.
Sobrang nerd.
Gosh, is this from the seven
habits? Yes, seven habits.
Quadrant 2. So maybe we can explain the quadrants.
Sige, expand quadrant 2, madam.
It's kasi merong 4 quadrants. So imagine there's a rectangle, di ba? Tapos hatiin mo yung rectangle sa apat na squares, apat na rectangles, na mini rectangles. So the first quadrant is the like urgent and important, tama ba?
Yes.
So the first one is urgent and important tasks. So number 2 is non-urgent pero important tasks. So 3 is urgent but not important.
Yes.
And then number 4 is not urgent, not important. So parang dito sa quadrants na to, makikita mo yung kung gaano ba ka-importante ang isang task para sa'yo at kung paano mo siya pwede gawin. Halimbawa, yung quadrant 2, madam, why do you call those your quadrant 2 tasks, yung weekly tasks mo?
Okay, yung quadrant 2 task kasi, usually these are your roles. For example, business owner ka. Ano yung mga pwede mong gawin as a business owner na would make your company expand?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of relationships naman, what will you do to make your relationship stick? Or how will you make your relationship flourish? In terms of,
Yeah.
for example, your daughter, how do you let your mom know you love them, or family you love them, ganyan. So basically, quadrant 2 habits are things na hindi siya sobrang urgent,
Pero
pero
maintenance siya eh.
makakapagpag-grow sa'yo as a person.
Mm-mm.
Makakapagpag-grow sa business mo, ganun. Feeling nyo hindi siya urgent, like for example, ako, ang mga quadrant 2 ko right now is to check on HR policies, mga ganun.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, ang ano, pero hindi siya super duper urgent, but
Mm-hmm.
checking on HR policies will make, kumbaga, maaayos yung structure ng company if I do that. For example, ikaw, madam, you would like to publish a book. Hindi siya super duper urgent, but this will make you go a step higher to your goal na parang, okay, so I need to write at least a paragraph or 2 sentences maybe. Yun madalas yung mga quadrant 2. Kasi ang quadrant 1 is yung mga urgent and important. For example, emails.
Email.
O kaya mga messenger messages. messenger messages.
Notifications na.
Yes, correct.
Well, I think notifications can be quadrant 3. Urgent but not really important. Yung mga, parang kasi pag nag-notify sa'yo, gusto mo tignan agad. Pero kailangan mo ba talaga gawin yun? Quadrant 1 is like, very important na pagka hindi mo to sinagot, hindi tutuloy yung trabaho mo.
Ayan. So I think quadrant 3 is notifications on social media.
Yes.
Ganon siguro.
Yes.
Pero yung mga urgent emails sa work could be quadrant 1.
1, yeah. Sana naiintindihan nyo, guys. Napaka-nerd. Sorry, guys. You should we highly recommend the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Yes.
Kasi maintindihan nyo talaga yung differences ng tasks. Kasi sometimes we think na tasks, they're all equally the same, they're all equally important. Pero pagka nakita nyo kung saan nyo siya ilalagay dun sa diagram, dun sa diagram na yun, parang, ay, oo nga, no, I should be focusing on this. But anyway, going back to quadrant 2, ito yung mga bagay na parang mini-maintain natin yung buhay natin. Parang maintenance. 'Di ba pagka ang garden, hindi mo diniligan, hindi yun mag-grow, hindi mabubuhay ang garden. Pero at the same time, hindi siya urgent na parang, oh no, like kailangan na ngayon na, or else mamamatay na yung plant. So it's like a consistent thing that we do. And I think consistency is key. So I guess for me naman, how did habits and routines help me thrive? I mean, I guess I can talk about social media. TikTok, specifically. It helped me grow my TikTok because my goal wasn't to hit a number. It wasn't a number that I wanted to hit. It was how many videos I uploaded. So for me, binigyan ko sarili ko ng goal na I should post at least 3 videos a day. I know that seems like a lot, but then the thing is, guys, here's an insider tip. With TikTok, hindi importante yung quality ng production, importante yung kung ano yung sinasabi mo. So, my goal then was to produce 3 videos a day per account, per page. Follow me, Ayn Bernos at Ayn Pero Tagalog.
Yes, she's amazing.
Thank you. So, and because I was consistent, sumunod na lang yung other stuff like the statistics, the algorithm, sumunod na lang siya. Pero yung having the habit of uploading this many videos allowed me to be a consistent creator, and I guess in return, nag-pay off naman siya. So ayun, I guess that really helped me. Parang pagka second nature na lang sa akin yung creation part ng content. So ayun, yun for me, I guess it's that.
I guess yun din talaga yung mahirap na part in building habits. Una, magsa-struggle ka, pero kapag ginawa mo siya consistently and you really, really show up, magiging, yun nga, second nature na lang siya na hindi na iisipin paano ba, gano'n.
Tsaka I think kailangan i-eliminate yung friction. Another thing, when we say friction, ito yung mga bagay na pumipigil sa atin. Halimbawa ako, pag nag-edit ako ng YouTube videos, the reason hindi ako consistent before, kasi gusto ko perfect yung video. Gusto ko perfect yung editing, perfect yung music, perfect lahat. Pero syempre, nahihirapan ako maging perfect yung videos kasi hindi naman ako full-time YouTuber. So, ang nangyari, hindi ako consistent sa YouTube kasi ang daming friction points na hindi ko tuloy magawa. So, the secret to creating a good habit and staying consistent is making it as easy as possible for you to do those habits. So ako, sa TikTok,
Correct.
mas consistent ako versus YouTube kasi sa TikTok, easy. As in, sobrang, like, mag-video lang ako, hey guys, blah, 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 blah. Yun na yun. Tapos upload. Tapos wala siyang effort for me. So, if you can figure out a way to make that habit as easy as possible for you as a person, as an individual, then mas madali siyang i-incorporate sa buhay natin.
Okay, speaking of tips and hacks, since naumpisahan na natin siya, Madam, can you tell us more about your tips and tricks on how to make your habits, create habits and to make them stick, aside from making it look easy?
Aside from making it super easy for us, I think it's also important to attach it to habits that you already have. I think that's one of the things that I do. So for example, I wanted to read more. Pero ang hirap maghanap ng oras throughout my day na magbabasa ako. So instead of carving out a specific time for me to read, i-attach ko na lang siya sa isang habit na meron na ako. So for example, 'di ba, earlier I said na I take melatonin at night, I do my skincare, and during that time na hindi pa ako inaantok, instead of scrolling on social media, I would read a book instead. So parang na-attach ko siya dun sa habit na I already have, which is skincare and, like getting myself drowsy. Para meron akong time na yung time block is already there. All I need to do is to attach the new habit that I want. Same thing with like journaling. Gusto ko mag-journal pero wala akong time mag-journal. So instead of watching Netflix while drinking my morning coffee, then I'll use that time to journal. So ayun, I think that's one of the tips that I have. I'll chime in later once I think of more. What about you, Madam? What do you do?
Habit stacking. That's called habit stacking.
Oh, yeah.
Ako naman yung habit stacking technique ko is kasi I wanted to incorporate flossing. Nakakatamad mag-floss. Ako lang ba yun? Pero,
Madam, it's so important. What do you mean nakakatamad mag-floss? What?
So, since dati gusto kong i-incorporate yung flossing. So, sobrang katabi niya yung toothbrush ko. As in, hindi ko makukuha yung toothbrush ko kung hindi ko tatanggalin yung floss. I mean, yung lalagyan ng floss. So, para maaalala ko na, okay, after I toothbrush, dapat nagfo-floss ako. Yun nga. Tie an existing habit to another habit. For me naman, another tip is attach your habit na gusto mong i-incorporate sa buhay mo with your why. Bakit mo ba ito ginagawa? You have to identify why you actually need to incorporate this habit. What would you like to feel when you start accomplishing this? Like for example, you wanna quit smoking. I don't smoke though, pero naalala ko lang si Josh. So if you wanna quit smoking, you also have to identify bakit ba gusto mag-quit. Kasi ayoko nang hingalin kapag umaakit ako ng stairs. Ganun. So always remind yourself kung ano ba talaga yung dahilan, ba't gusto mo mag-start or mag-quit ng habit. For me naman, why do I wanna work out? Why do I want to incorporate working out in the morning? Kasi ang reason ko dyan is that I wanna feel good the entire day. Yeah. So start with your why. Next is, yun nga, sabi mo, make it look easy na brush mo to kanina. Especially with good habits. Ako, ang ginagawa ko, aside from deciding kung ano yung workout clothes ko at night, since diba ang anchor habit ko is meditation and journaling, pinapatong ko yung workout clothes ko sa journal ko. So in the morning, so ito yung journal ko, ito yung workout clothes ko, ito yung alarm clock ko. So, kapag
Aw.
kukunin ko yung phone ko, maaalala ko na, ay shucks, nakapag-prepare na ako ng workout clothes. Sayang naman kung hindi ko siya
Mm-mm.
gagawin. So, if I do that, so, off ng alarm, get workout clothes, mag-workout ng kahit 10 minutes. After that, yun na yung sunod na layer, journaling. So, yun nga. Technically
Talagang andun na.
stacking.
It's
Technically
there.
stacking. Tapos, yung journal ko, since nga ayokong magka-friction, tinuturn ko na siya sa page ng
Oh,
kung saan ako susulat.
wow. I love
Tinuturn ko na
that.
siya kung saan ako susulat. Tapos nakalagay na dun yung chosen pen ko of the day.
Chosen
Para
pen.
hindi na ako magsa-scramble ng sorry, sobrang nerd. Pero kasi,
Nakakatawa.
yun
I
nga,
love it.
I want to eliminate and I want to simplify my life. As much as possible, I would like to eliminate decision fatigue. So decision fatigue
Mm-hmm.
is when you consciously make your mind fire. Parang,
Mm-hmm.
okay, ano ba yung ballpen na gagamitin ko today? So, hindi ko naiisipin. Sa umaga, hindi ko naiisipin kung ano yung ballpen at ano yung marker na gagamitin ko sa
Mm-mm.
day na yun. Kasi nandun na eh, na-prepare ko na siya ng
Yeah.
gabi.
Ang ganda.
Ano pa ba? Parang yun nga, literal habit stacking and
Oo.
eliminating friction.
Honestly, a lot of this
Ano
is
bang mga ginagawa?
planning. Planning is a big part of
Preparing talaga.
kasi parang if you're
Totoo,
going into
totoo.
battle, 'di ba? You need to be prepared para pag dumating na yung time na you need to choose, ano ba, gagawin ko ba tong habit na to or hindi? Dahil pinadali mo yung buhay mo through preparation, it's easy to say yes to that good habit. I think another one na
Totoo.
important for me is yung reprogramming in our mind kung instead of saying, I want to become, halimbawa, working out, di ba? I want to become fitter kasi. So my goal is to become fitter. Instead of thinking about the goal of I want to be, I do the things that I want to do, like I work out because I am an active person. And an active person works out. And that's just who I am. So you decide, as in ngayon pa lang, you decide that this is the kind of person that you are and you show up as that person. You make decisions as that person. And over time, it gets easier kasi as you do this more and more and as you stay consistent and stay true to that identity that you've given yourself, you just it becomes seamless. So yun nga, remember how when we were starting lang the podcast last year, how I wasn't even working out and talagang ibang-iba talaga akong tao. And ayun, I got a coach, but before that, even before I got a coach, I started this experiment na I would work out for 6 weeks and it was really hard for me. But then at a certain point, I just decided, you know what? I kept sharing on social media, nag-share ako ng mga workout posts ko. I kept searching on YouTube. I was like, this is the kind of person that I am now. I just work out. That's it. I don't want to be fitter. I don't want to lose weight. That's not why I'm doing any of this. I do this because I'm an active person and active people work out. Period.
Totoo. And again, habits is a vote of confidence kung anong gusto mong kind of person you'd like to be.
Yes.
It's always a vote of confidence kasi madalas naman, honestly, we have habits, I have structure, but I am not able to do it all the time. There will be days na, oh my gosh, ayokong gumamangon ng 7 a.m., babangon ako ng 9:30. And that's okay kasi it's not always 100%. You won't always feel productive. Gusto ko maging productive today. Gusto ko mag-workout today. And that's normal. We feel that way. But again, always remind yourself of what kind of person you'd like to be. Kasi yun,
Yes.
di ba? Ewan ko kung na-mention ko na to sa previous episodes. Pero the difference of being a successful person and a so-so person is how you push through the difficult days. Ganun. Kasi nakakatamad talaga minsan mag-workout. Pero is this something that a healthy and inspiring leader would do?
I really love that you always go back to healthy and inspiring leader. Na talagang that's,
Yun yung identity ko.
Oo, like that's the vision, that's who you are, period. I love that. What about is there anything else? Any hacks that we missed?
Yun. Eto, mayroon pa akong na-miss. If you wanna quit a bad habit, yung other way around naman, make it look difficult.
Yes, add friction. Add
Add
friction.
friction. So for example, gusto kong magbawas or gusto kong mag-eliminate ng unhealthy food. Ang gagawin ko is I just eliminate all the unhealthy food in my pantry.
Yeah, wala ka nang ganun sa bahay.
Wala ka nang bibilhin. Wala ka nang bibilhin na cookies, wala ka nang bibilhin na chips. Kasi kapag readily available lang siya sa pantry mo, kapag meron ka ng triggers or meron ka ng temptations, nakanood ka ng K-drama na nagno-noodles sila.
Oh my
Tapos
God.
meron kang noodles sa pantry mo.
That's so relatable. Can I just say, every time I watch K-dramas, I'm like, where is the pancit canton and my chopsticks? I need my noodles right now. Kahit hindi siya ramen. I don't care. I just want my noodles.
I need my ramyun. Stop. so yun, kapag wala kang noodles or wala kang pancit canton sa pantry mo in the first place, titiisin mo na lang na kahit healthy peanuts, yun na lang, sige, maitawid lang tong tong gutom na to, etong craving na to. So again, add friction. Ako naman before, hindi ko na to nagagawa lately, but I would like to incorporate it more. Nung nagtatry akong kasi feeling ko before, addicted ako with my phone. I always check my phone, parang alipin ako ng telepono ko. Ganun. So, ako dati, nung tinatry kong mag-win dun sa addiction na yun, I deleted all my social media apps and I can only reinstall every weekend.
Wow. Naka-downtime ka na ngayon.
Naka-downtime naman ako ngayon.
Okay.
Ayun. So, yun. Again, create friction. Kunwari, gusto mo mag-yossi. Tanggalin mo na lahat ng yossi triggers. Wag mo nang itago. Itapon mo na yung yossi mo or yung mga icos mo. Kinukwento ko kasi nagsa-struggle din talaga. Ako din naman sa mga bad habits ko, nag-struggle ako. Si Josh din nag-struggle siya sa bad habits niya. And
now, what's the most important, I guess, or the biggest habit change that you incorporated in your life na nagbago talaga sa buhay mo and na led you to where you are now?
Ako talaga, meditation and journaling talaga. It was intimidating at first, but when I realized that meditation is not really like that, it's more of a self-awareness kind of thing na you just have to ground yourself and be in the present moment na okay lang na, for example, meron kang naiisip, it's just thoughts. You are not your thoughts and your emotions. Sabi ni Tamara, love it. Ayun, mas nag-heighten yung self-awareness ko, especially when I talk negatively towards myself, na parang I catch myself in a snap na parang, wait, thoughts, hindi ako yun. Like for example, hindi ko nagagawa yung mga to-do list ko. Minsan kasi it makes me iffy na hindi ko natatapos yung to-do list ko. Tapos sasabihin ko na, oh my gosh, tumambay na naman ako ngayon, wala na naman akong disiplina. And then with meditation, I instantly click and be self-aware. No. Marami kang ginawa. You are productive. You don't have to talk down to yourself. You don't have to beat yourself up. And then, yun talaga yung isa sa mga core habits na nag-lead towards self-positivity and talking nicely, having a better relationship with myself. Tapos next, I think, is journaling. Kasi sobrang hand-in-hand yan sa akin. When I meditate, I need to journal my thoughts sa notebook ko and sa journal ko. So, it allowed me to process all my thoughts into paper na, okay, overwhelmed ako ngayon. Ito yung mga kailangan kong i-brain dump. Kailangan kong i-journal to lahat. And then, I process na. Okay, ito yung mga kailangan kong gawin. What's next? How do I strategize stuff? Can I delegate this? If it's not, do I have energy for this right now? Kung wala, okay lang. Let's move it. Okay lang yan. So, yun siguro yung habits ko na favorite ko talaga, and I will not thrive without those. Ikaw?
Ako nang
I'm also
iniisip ko to.
curious.
Parang for me kasi, the habits that I have, I don't think they're perfect or as consistent as I want them to be. Like for example, exercise. I exercise a lot, but at the same time, it's not the way that I want it to be yet. I'm still figuring out yung proper balance for me na for me to be a good, a good business owner, but at the same time, somebody who spends a lot of time at the gym. Like that's something that I'm trying to figure out. So I guess like if I think about the best habit talaga na I've I've incorporated into my life, I think this one is more of an emotional habit or a mental habit. It's judging others. I stopped doing that. Kasi parang to me, dati nung bata ako especially, ang ewan ko, parang easy kasi na may makita ako parang, ew, bigla akong, alam mo yun, normal reaction. And the more conscious I was of my initial reaction sa mga judgments ko, sa ibang tao, lalo na halimbawa strangers, people I don't know, like merong weird na suot, I really removed that from my system. Because more than just, it's a bad thing, to be judging others, judgment also makes us self-critical. And I guess this is the reason why, I have that confidence na wala akong pake sa tingin ng iba. Really helped me was how I stopped doing that to other people. Because I realized na because I would judge others, I also assumed my anxiety, my anxiety would make me assume that others are also judging me. But once I removed judgment from my system, I mean, hindi naman siya maiwasan completely, pero it's definitely, as in sobrang layo na from where I used to be. So ngayon, wala akong pake. As in like, you do you, girl. Go.
Totoo.
Kung anong gusto mo. Nung natuto akong maging more accepting and parang inalis ko na yung judgment sa system ko, then I can do what I want because I don't assume that people say things about me because I don't do that anymore. So it's very liberating to not have space to judge others. And now the energy that I used to do that, to use that or to criticize, now I can use that for myself and for my growth and to build more habits, to build confidence, to cultivate like better things, better mental habits for my life. So I guess if there's anything that I feel like I'm most consistent with, it's like just being more open with how I interact with others, and that has really built my confidence. Kahit na hindi ko alam na yun yung magiging effect niya, pero it really helped me. As in, mas okay ako sa sarili ko. I have more peace of mind and I can really proudly live in my skin kasi nawawala na yung parang initial judgments ko sa ibang tao. So ayun, I think that has helped me not just with my daily life, but also with my relationship with myself. So habits are not just the things that we do on a daily basis. Habits are also our tendencies, I think. And ayun, we can also work on those.
Totoo. That is really important. Kasi yun nga, you always have to prioritize and have a great relationship with yourself. Kasi you can't move forward. You can't help other people. You can't make a difference without feeling safe within yourself. Yun siguro, feeling safe within yourself.
Should we go to our worksheet?
Yes, moving forward. I'm happy, madam, na natutuwa yung mga tao with worksheets. Akala ko tayong dalawa lang yung matutuwa with worksheets. Pero we really appreciate you tagging us and mentioning us. We read every single one of them. And speaking of activities, meron tayo ulit the question of the day.
Yeah. What is one habit you'd like to build? Easy question, but we need to say it out loud so we have accountability and we're encouraged to work on it even more.
Ako, ang one habit I would like to build as of now is yun nga, my no screen policy by 10 p.m. And I also have to establish ang why ko dun is I have to establish my work and life boundaries. Parang I would like to be a good wife, I would like to be a good daughter, but at the same time, I would also like to be a great leader, an inspiring leader, and a leader that does things and not forget things. So, I think I can do that by not having screen time by 10.
I
How
love
about
that.
you?
Kasi nakikita pa kita minsan sa Instagram
Okay.
Madam,
Totoo.
magre-reply ka
Kaya na.
naman.
Okay. Ikaw kasi. Joke lang. Nanise.
Madam, number 54 na tayo sa top podcasts.
Oh my God. Oh, by
Oh
the
my
way,
God.
so, lagi naming minomonitor. Thank you again, everyone, for all of your support.
Thank you so
We
much.
cry. Yun.
For me, ang habit na I'd like to build is, I think, to get 8 hours of sleep every night. I want to fix my circadian rhythm. Yun ba yun? Is that what it's
Yes,
called? Tama diba?
circadian
Circadian
rhythm.
rhythm.
Mm-mm.
Body clock. Kasi
Yeah.
nga, I am, unfortunately, a recovering night owl. This is much better than I used to be. Before, natutulog ako 4 a.m. So ngayon na natutulog ako ng 12 midnight is a huge improvement for me. As in,
Wow.
this is big. The fact na I can go to the office ng 9 a.m., 10 a.m., that's huge for me. Pero I feel like it can be improved. So my why for that, the reason why I want to have 8 hours of sleep is number one, I want to always be able to squeeze in a workout first thing in the morning, and not just any workout, like my regular beast all out workout. Kasi when I was doing the intense program with my coach Sandro, talagang grabe ako mag-weights, grabe ako. Pero at the same time, I felt like nag-suffer din yung performance ko sa job ko because I was spending so much time at the gym. Now, I feel like there is a way to balance both so I can be fit, but at the same time, I can perform well at the office. And that is if I have enough sleep. So if I can wake up at 6 a.m., go to bed at 10 p.m., dapat I'll be able to have my 8 hours of sleep. I'll have energy to work out in the morning, and then I can go to the office, finish my job, and then I can go home before sunset. That's also another habit that I want to have. Go home before sunset. Be at home to have time with Truffle, my dog, and my family. I can have dinner with them. And then by 9 p.m., getting ready now for skincare. So it all ties together. As in, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just summarized my ideal day. But that's my ideal day.
Diba?
8 hours of sleep, work out, work, come home, meet my family, spend time, and then sleep again. Oh my gosh, guys, sleep is so important. And I really, really want to have a good night's sleep na forever na ganun ako as a person.
Oo. Tsaka yun nga, again, going back to sleep is very important. Ako din, sobrang grumpy ko kapag puyat ako. And wala akong mental clarity. Hindi ako makapag-isip. Kasi honestly, sa work natin, especially for us business owners, kailangan ng talagang sharp dapat yung decision making mo eh. Kasi dapat in a snap, hindi mo siya masasabi na, okay, I'll talk to you after an hour. Kasi there are issues na dapat ma-decisions. Huh? You can decide. You can decide in a snap. Yun. So, even kasi ang culture natin is grind na work dapat. Pero I realized in my years in business na dapat talaga pala what's wrong with my Tagalog
Pahalagahan.
today? Pahalagahan mo ang iyong pagpapahinga.
Yes.
Rest and give back na ako.
Rest and give back 2021.
I am still learning how to rest, by the way. Pero rest, super duper important. So kayo, we would like to know what's one habit that you would like to build. We are looking for and why. Sige, tama. And why. So we are looking forward to all of your mentions and answers. So,
yes, tag us at Camp Confidence Radio, at Rizza Lana, and at Ayn Bernos. Speaking of tagging, thank you so much for everyone who tagged us in their entries for our last giveaway from last week. Thank you so much, Studio, for supporting the show.
Love you, Studio.
And we're still using the Regent, by the way. This is the perfect podcaster headphones. Mukha talaga tayong podcasters, madam.
Totoo.
I feel like Are we? Yes, we are podcasters. We're legit guys. All right. So I guess it's time to announce our winner from last week. So our studio winner, who is getting a Neo Sand, a Studio Neo in the colorway Sand, is Mizol Valdez. Thank you so much for joining our giveaway. Congratulations. Thank you for your comments. And we will be getting in touch via Instagram. So watch out for that. Now, we have
Hindi pa
another
nagtatapos
one.
dyan ang ating giveaway. Studio is very, very generous enough to keep on
Gifting.
Amazing products. So for this week, for this episode, we'll be having another giveaway from Studio. It's 12 naman. So Madam, can you tell us about the features of Studio 12?
Studio 12. Let's talk about Studio 12's features. So first of all, it's compatible with Android and iOS. It has up to 35 hours of playtime.
Love it.
35 hours. Oh my gosh. Sweat resistant, wireless, and it has automatic device pairing. So it also comes in black, white, pink, pastel blue, green, and anthracite. Wow.
And
Daming
one more
options.
good news. True. And one more good news, Madam, that 12 is having a price drop on April 5. That's tomorrow. April 5, 2021. Ang original price niya is 5,500 and they are dropping it with a new price 4,300. And more good news, when you use the code CAMP15, you'll get 15% discount, and that would bring you down to 3,655.
Oh my gosh.
Tell them discounts, free shipping worldwide, and 3 years of warranty. Oh my God. CAMP15 upon checkout. You can go ahead on www.studio.com/ph and use CAMP15, that's CAMP15 upon checkout.
I love it. Okay, but if they want to join us, what do they need to do, Madam? If they want to join our giveaway?
For the giveaway, super duper simple. Our mechanics is number 1, follow @Studio, @Camp Confidence Radio, @Ayn Bernos, @Rizza LANA on Instagram. And then second step is comment on the Studio 12 color you'd like and win, and your takeaway from episode 5.
Oh my gosh, episode 5 na tayo. Yeah.
Ano bang mga natutunan niyo sa episode 5? Then number 3, share the post on your IG stories. We only have 3 steps. Number 1 is follow. Number 2 is comment. Number 3 is share. And then we will be announcing the next winner on our episode next week. Yan. So abangan niyo po lahat yan.
Thank you so much, guys, for having us. And wow, speaking engagement, thank you for having us. Kahit na podcast natin to.